Hello, my name is Rosa Trujillo and I identify as she, her, hers, ella. I'm currently the Assistant Director of Career Education and Counseling, and I wanted to create this special video in order to introduce myself. I'm not only the Assistant Director of Career Education and Counseling, but I'm also a liaison to the College of the Arts. I'm also under the Workability for contract, meaning I work with disabilities, and I am proud to say I am the liaison to the Dream Success Center. So I am your link, your bridge, part of your support system when it comes to thinking about your career. So I wanted to do a quick video about myself so you don't feel like we're strangers, and you get to know a little bit about me, and then I get hopefully to know a little bit about you when you see me in any type of program, if you see me virtually, and hopefully one day on campus. So I first kind of wanted to share with you my journey and my career. I got my Bachelor of Arts degree in English Literature at UC Riverside. 4 amazing years being there, and identify as first gen, just because, again, like, I was the first in my family to go to college and to really understand what I needed to do, explore like what a career is, what my degree is, and kind of like navigate those waters at UC Riverside. And so I got my degree there, and then I got my master's degree in English Literature, as well as my counseling degree in student development and higher ed at Cal State. I'm alumna, as friends love to tease me and say that I'm an M squared because of my 2 master degrees. So during my time, as I was like collecting that kind of educational experience, I did a couple of internships, as well as graduate assistantships is what we call them. So I worked at Dominguez Hills as an English supplemental instructor. So I got a chance to work with our sister campus. I was also a writing consultant there, so I had a lot of experience helping students really figure out their academic voice. And that was another kind of way where I got to support students in figuring out like who they are, really kind of like that first gen experience of how you had to translate who you are, how you would speak on an essay and then in a classroom. And I really love to empower students in those arenas and say, yes, this is your voice. Like, you have an academic voice and you're a scholar, and all these amazing things that I was able to do with my students. So during my time at Cal State Long Beach, I also worked at the Career Development Center as a graduate assistant. So that got my foot in the door and a real good taste with career counseling and what that looked like and what the career counselors at our center were doing. And so I got super excited about that field, because it was another way to explore what do you do after graduation. And that was something that I always struggled with, especially because my parents, they thought like, well, all you need is the degree and all these jobs are going to appear, and that wasn't true. So had to learn that. And so I really connected with so many students who would say like, I have this degree, I loved what I learned, but I don't know how to apply it to the workforce. And so I loved that so much. And when I was in my second graduate degree, crazy, I also worked for Otis College of Art and Design. And so that was another great arena where I learned how to support a particular population, which was artists. And so that was part, and I'm very lucky that I'm a liaison to the College of the Arts, just because I get to support students in that kind of like career space. So very early on, I got a chance to really think about, well, what does an alternative career look like, right? Or what does this additional career look like? And what I mean by that is a lot of times our artists would get family members that would say, why are you pursuing this? Or what does this look like, right? And even students outside of the art degree, we'll get parents and we'll get family members and friends that will say like, what are you going to do with your degree? And so a bunch of times, like, students had to learn like, well, what do I say? Like, not only do they have to figure out what they want to do, execute it, get resources, get the support, but then also somehow translate all of that to their family and friends. And so I loved kind of thinking through like, well, how could we support students in that way? And so all of that experience culminated to me interviewing for the position as a career counselor, and then actually being offered the role with these liaisonships. So during that time too, I got really involved with our undocumented community. So I worked very closely with Mariela Gutierrez, who has left the Career Center, but had created a lot of great foundation in creating career resources, understanding how do we support our undocumented youth, our documented youth, our mixed status families, right? How do we support them in this process, as we're also kind of supporting students and saying, you know, get your degree, but then also, what are you gonna do after you get your degree, right? So worked very closely with her. I was able to also present at a couple conferences about our undocumented youth and our efforts with thinking about the entrepreneurial spirit, right? Like, how do we support students who are getting their degrees, but then afterwards they have to realize like, okay, well, what is like plan A, plan B, and plan C, right? So really lucky to have found amazing allies and friends in that process. It's so amazing to have, again, continue to work with them and figure out ways to support all of you. So that's kind of like my career, like academic journey, kind of like to where I'm at today. I recently got promoted to Assistant Director of Career Education and Counseling at the Career Development Center. So it's been a really cool additional change in my career, but then also officially becoming a liaison to the Dream Success Center, working very closely with Norma and Jessica, and just, again, they are super amazing people. So they make my liaison work so much more exciting and engaging. But I'm sure you already know all of that, and I will not gush over these amazing women who are leading a lot of these efforts and bringing in allies and support to our students, our documented students, our documented students, and our mixed status students who want to support their family members as well. So again, a little bit about me, something outside of my career, just so you don't feel like it's all professional all the time. So a little things that I love to share with students about me. So I am a horror film and anime fan. So as you can see, like definitely art has been an inspiration in what I do. I think a lot of the stuff that I am involved in has a lot of creativity in it. So for me, like loving horror films and also loving anime is just like, those are my two loves. I think they're just interesting ways of telling a story. And they're also at the forefront of like, especially for horror, like taboo stuff. So looking at fear, looking at like, you know, things that really spook us, right? And so I think being Latina and growing up even with my own grandmother's ghost stories of her pueblo, and kind of like making it feel so normal to live alongside the paranormal, really influenced that. And then my mom grew up in the 60s, and she loved going and seeing like all the slasher films, and that got, I think, embedded into us, so as her children. So love horror. I've done like essays on it. Like that's how much I loved it. And then with anime, I grew up watching like Sailor Moon, and I grew up watching Pokemon and all of these like amazing anime shows. And so as I got into college, especially for my master's degree, I really thought of like, how can I mix like my love of anime with academia? And so I wrote papers on it. I was actually on the campus radio show talking about Akira, and kind of like its implications of technology and the world. And so really loved doing that. So again, my two loves. And then I'm such a foodie, so I always express that to students. Like I love food, and I know everybody loves food, right? We nurture ourselves with food. But I'm the kind of person that if I believe in a restaurant and what they do, and I see that they're doing such an amazing job, like I will go post on my Instagram, put like a detailed like Yelp review. I'm that kind of person, like I'm very loyal. If you make good food, I'm super loyal. So I'm such a foodie. I'm also a Taurus, so I also love to share that I'm also into astrology, so I'm a Taurus. And then something else about me that I would love to share, so you don't feel like, you know, it's just too professional, you can't connect with me. You know, I also love like just going to the theater. So definitely this time where we're indoors like is killing me, because that's what I would do with self-care. Like I would go out by myself to go and watch a film. It was just like my thing to do. So I'm a huge film buff as well, apart from horror. So yeah, that's like a little bit about me. So hopefully you don't feel like I'm a stranger when you meet. Definitely, I'm very open to like Zoom chats. If you wanted to connect with me, just say, hey, like, you know, you seemed like a very interesting person. Like, I just want to chat with you. Or, hey, I'm thinking about my career. I'm kind of feeling a little like iffy. I don't know where to start. That's why I'm here. I'm here to connect you with our center, right? So not just self. Yes, I would love to start conversations with definitely connecting you with other career counselors, connecting you with panels, helping you network, helping you like flesh out what that looks like, because a bunch of times we're really good at saying you need to do these things, but we never tell you what it looks like. So I'm a huge advocate about like, hey, like I'm walking the walk, talking the talk. So that just means that I'm there with you along the way, supporting you in that process, whether it means I'm gaining resources so I can send them to you, or like talking it with you alongside you so you feel it's collaborative. You don't feel like someone's talking to you and saying these are all that you need to do. It's like, let's talk, like what do you think, here are some things that I've seen, etc. So that's pretty much my style. So I'm very storyteller. I'm very much like, let's talk about it. So never feel like, oh my goodness, if I meet Rosa, I might get this awkward like silence because I don't know what to say to her. Believe me, I'm a talker, as you can tell. Like, this is probably a long video already, so don't worry about that. You're gonna be fine. And again, just wanted to introduce myself, wanted to kind of introduce our center as well. I have another quick video just like kind of like our commitment as a center and my liaison role, if you want to get like a little bit more of details of what that looks like. But definitely wanted to create this video for all of you as a way to say hello, as a way to say like, you know, I'm here for you. I'm part of your virtual community now, and that, you know, this isn't hopefully the last time you see me. So until we meet again, bye.